Hello, people of the interwebs! Welcome back to Let's Play Klonoa Door to Phantomile for RGOGNOCA, really good old games no one cares about. I am WanderGirl108, and we are in World 2, but before we do that, as promised, I have done some looking in the manual, which I do in fact have, and I did find some interesting things. Oh! Hi! I didn't know you were there. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna load. Hang on. I'm gonna load this save file because I realized something. You know how I said in the last episode that this game is easy? I wasn't lying. That wouldn't be accurate to say. It's more that this game is very simple. It does get harder, and I am going to need those lives later, so I can't afford to waste that one. Anyway, as I was saying, here in the manual, we do get some interesting lore regarding this world that we're in. So there's a page titled Story and a page titled A World of Adventure. I think I'll start with A World of Adventure first because it's more general lore, and then the story is more specific to the game. So, A World of Adventure. Once upon a time, 4 spirits held sway over Phantomile: the Wind Spirit, the Tree Spirit, the Water Spirit, and the Moon Spirit. The Moon Spirit gathered the energy from people's dreams and used this energy to give shape to the world. The other spirits maintained peace in the world by sharing the special powers of the wind, trees, and water that were entrusted to each of them. And then one day, a dark spirit started a rebellion. He was jealous of the omnipotent power of the Moon Spirit to create anything in the universe. The spirits combined their strength and battled the dark spirit. Although the dark spirit's awesome might overwhelm the other spirits at first, he was eventually overcome and hunted down by the forces of light. The war raged on for 100 days, and the dark spirit was imprisoned at the end of the war. I feel like there are some details missing there, but, whatever. Anyway, after the war, the Moon Spirit decided to disappear so that a war like this would never happen again in the future. Now the Moon Spirit will not appear unless the Wind Spirit, the Tree Spirit, and the Water Spirit all will the Spirit to come forth. Thus, the power of dreams is forever hidden, far away in the land of dreams. So, I feel like that was an entire story that just kind of didn't happen. It's one of those things where it's like, kind of like, Eternal Eyes, where, like, the backstory sounds almost like a more interesting game than the game we got. Although, that doesn't really apply here. This game is still fantastic. But it is still, like, you know, the backstory could have been a game in and of itself. Anyway, so the current story is, Phantomile is a world someplace far, far away. There is an old legend in Phantomile. It says that the energy from people's dreams is gathered in the mythical Moon Kingdom and used to give shape to the world. The legend says that this is the reason why we can't remember dreams we know we've had. Klonoa, who lived in the Wind Village Breeze Gale, was awakened one day by a horrible nightmare vision of a flying ship crashing on Bell Hill, and a dark, ominous shadow closing in overhead. Excuse me. Mysteriously, Klonoa could remember this dream clearly even as time passed. Then one day it happened. A flying ship really crashed on Bell Hill. It's just like my dream, Klonoa thought, as a moment of fear was overcome by his overwhelming curiosity. Let's go, Klonoa, cried Hugh-Pow, the ring spirit. Hugh-Pow has been Klonoa's trusty friend since childhood. Their hearts pounding with excitement, Klonoa and Hugh-Pow ran outside to see what awaited them. And that's all you get there. Slightly more interesting is the character glossary, because those exist too, you know. I'm not going to read all of them because most of them are actually fairly superficial. What's more interesting, honestly, is what isn't here. But also, there is a glossary where I can tell you what the names of some of the regular enemies we are going to see are. The thing that killed me does not appear to be here, but there are several variants of moos. There's the moo, the armored moo, and the shielded moo. And that thing is probably just another variant of that isn't listed here. So yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting that not all the enemies get named in here. Anyway. Deep in the dying forest. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Hello. So, I started mentioning something last time. Oh, you are... Hang on. You are... That is... a Shelly. Oh, you can kill it. When it reveals its face, you can hit it. Let's try that. Hang on. Ow. Oh! Look at that. I didn't even know you could grab those things. Neat. Anyway. I mentioned something at the end of the last episode. No. And this thing is apparently called a teton. I don't know if that means something in Japanese. It very well might. They're a lot more sparing with health in this game than they are in the sequel. Anyway. As I've been trying to say. Oh, also, the story that wasn't mentioned in the manual that I had hoped was, but it's not. The thing we're doing is we're rescuing creatures from being trapped in nightmares. Because I think you can guess who the Dark Spirit is from the story. I'm trying to say something here. I mentioned at the end of the last episode that I'm not particularly fond of 2D games. And I'd like to elaborate on that a little bit. I'm generally, and again, this is a generalization. Like, I can generalize about a lot of things. I can generalize I don't generally like shooters. I don't generally like, first-person games. I don't generally like, I don't know, beat-em-ups, I can say I generally don't like certain kinds of game, but I've found games of every type that are the exception to the rule. I never dismiss an entire genre out of hand because I've found, generally speaking, that there's always at least one game of a certain type that I can at least enjoy. Just depending on how it's done. But generally speaking, I am not... Oh, this is a cool puzzle. Okay, check this out. Haha! You can still throw those things even when you're floating with them. Anyway. I'm generally not a fan of 2D games. The reason being that well, it's probably mostly like a generational thing. Like, I grew up on the PS1. How do I get game? Game, what are you doing to me? Game. Game. Where am I? How do what do you want from me right now, game? Game? What is happening right now? Oh. Okay. I'm stupid. Anyway. So I grew up on the PS1, which was, basically the dawn of 3D being the standard. And so I don't see, generally speaking, the charm in 2D games. The games that are fully on a 2D plane. Because it feels more like I'm exploring a cross-section on a screen and not actively exploring a world. And exploring a world is why I play video games, you know? To go to a world other than mine, because I'm not too fond of the real world. That is the solution, but I don't think I'm gonna get that gem. That's okay, though. So, games like this... Not sure why he showed us his tongue, but okay. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about that. In games like this, like, I'm still, like, technically moving on a 2D plane, but it also still feels like a world because there's still, like, turns and stuff. I don't know. I'm not good with words right now. This is probably not going to be... I probably shouldn't post this video, should I? Nah, screw it. Maybe I did know you could grab these, since clearly you have to, in order to 100% the game. No, 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 no. You, come here. Line it up. Oh, hey! I needed that quite desperately. Nice. And this thing, apparently, is called a Mew Mew. Not a Moo Moo, a Mew Mew. Which... kind of feels like a cop-out, but whatever. It's just cute. That's the thing about this game. It starts out really, really cute. Now, there is an enemy. I don't think these things... Are these things in here? Ow! Hey! Shoot! God frickin'... Ugh! Stupid things appearing out of nowhere again. No. These monkey things are not named. But here's the thing. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Ow! Get you. Okay. Leaf, go down. There we go. No! Yeah, I'm gonna need these lives. No! Why am I dying for that one crystal? That's really stupid of me. Not even gonna get me an extra life. Well, that I actually need, so. Because what we're doing is we're rescuing creatures from nightmares. From being trapped in nightmares. If I recall correctly. And that's kind of important, so. Yeah, I'm not going for that stone. Screw it. I panicked. Ow. I'm panicking, I'm panicking, I'm panicking. I need to stop panicking. Ow. Those spiky things are called spikers. Again, not very creative names, but they don't need to be. Again, I love the creature designs in this game. For the most part. I was about to start talking about the one exception. There's a creature in the manual that isn't named that I really wish I knew its name. Because I hate it. Passionately. And I don't know when, I don't remember when in the game it appears, but I know I hate it. And I'm going to have a very visceral reaction the first time we see it. Okay. Yeah, so if you haven't noticed, what's happening is every time we rescue all the creatures in a level, they contribute a line of that melody. I guess I'd call it a song, except if there are lyrics, we don't get to hear them. So every time you complete a level, you get to hear more of the music, which is neat. I like that. So apparently we can just go to Jugpot, even though we can't just go further in the forest. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Bet you anything there's a, oh. I was gonna say, bet you anything there's a hidden egg in that circle, but I guess not. Oh, these things. These things are called dabbies. Slightly more creative name, not sure what it's supposed to mean. Whee! Oh, hey, look at that. Huh. It has been a while since the last time I played this game, so I don't remember everything. Hey, look at that. And these things I don't believe are named. Hey! There we go. Oh, and check this out. Hop! Haha! Yes, you can hit things below you by double jumping above the thing. Which is neat. See, the mechanics are really simple, but they're really versatile. And very unique. Not many... Like, I can't think of another game that uses comparable mechanics. Which is another charm of the PS1. And early gaming in general. You know, I saw a video a little while ago suggesting that part of the reason Spyro 1, the original Spyro 1, is so charming is because some of its level design is objectively bad. You know, it was amateur. Like, there's stuff that isn't signposted very well, and nowadays that would be considered bad game design, but it's part of what lends it its charm and its rewarding nature. I think the experimental nature of the PS1 in general is probably why it has so many really interesting and charming games. As you can see, the puzzles and the platforming are getting a bit trickier. Yeah, I definitely prefer the sequel to this game. No offense to this game, it is fantastic, but... I mean, I guess part of this game's charm lies in, again, the fact that it's not perfect. The platforming is going to get very strict. And it's only going to get worse, to be honest. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Ha! Okay, and then pop that, and up. Lovely. I also like wanna frickin' well, I just got a life, so I'll be getting it again. Provided I do this correctly again. I'm gonna have to start really focusing on the game. Pop you. Pop you. And perfect. Anyways, I was saying, I feel like I need to, like, grab the enemies and hold on to them just in case there's something coming up in a second that's going to require me to jump higher. Even though the game is, at this point at least, fairly forgiving in that regard. In terms of providing... There we go. I knew there was going to be a hidden egg in that gap, but I didn't want to say it because I said it last time and it wasn't true. Anyway. Yeah, I think my least favorite part of this game is the branching paths, because it's so impossible to tell which way is correct and which way will, you know, lead to, you know, bonus stuff and which way will lead to, no! The inability to backtrack. But I guess that gave me a little warning. Yeah, that's probably my least favorite. Anyway, yeah, that's probably my least favorite part of this game. I am not wording very good right now. Ah! No. I don't know how that happened, but I am not complaining. And then up here is where I came from. Okay. Alright. Goody goody. Oh boy. Water slide! Ow! Ah! Also, I love how big enemies, you can't, like, grab them, but you can, like, make them temporarily harmless. Also, these shield things, you can knock them back, which is nice. How am I supposed to get up there? Oh, I see how I'm supposed to get up there. Could you not? Could you not? Could you not? Okay. There we go. And that's everyone, so the next door is probably going to lead us to the boss fight. Feels a little rushed. Yeah, some of the pacing is a little questionable in this game, but only a little. And I guess they put checkpoints right before each water slide, so you can always, like, kill yourself to backtrack if you really want to. Which I don't advise doing, but it's nice that the option's there, I guess. Lovely. Okay. Cutie fish.
Cô bán mà, qua đi uống bầu. Wahoo! 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 Wani the food.
Carol. How do you think that fish's name is pronounced? Let me know in the comments. Oh, by the way, speaking of the comments. Ooh, pretty transition. Oh, I'll give it a minute.
Right here.
And boss fight. Anyways, I was saying, speaking of comments, shoot. I know that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to throw him at her. Anyway. I said in the last video that this game won unanimously in the poll. I recently checked that poll, and apparently there have been some other votes since I last checked. 2 for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Philosopher's Stone, and 1 for Spyro 3. And none for A Bug's Life, which is the game I've already decided I'm playing next. So that's a little embarrassing, but whatever. I did recently post a new poll, and it's only gotten 1 vote so far, as of recording. So, please go check that recent poll, because I know the community posts... Well, actually, I don't. Here's the thing. My browser tends to work completely differently from seemingly literally everyone else's browser. In a lot of ways. Shoot. So... I'm not sure how accurate this is to everyone else's experience, but for me, at least... YouTube will randomly post 3 community posts from seemingly random, not even of channels I'm subscribed to. There we go. There we go. There's my first legit hit. Now I just have to not get hit for the rest of the fight. And there goes that. Oh dear. At least they put the checkpoint here after the cutscene, which is nice. Now, if I don't get hit again, I'm going to be mildly annoyed at myself, so... Look at the way the spikes on the spike balls work. That is some PS1 jank right there. But it's charming. Because, like, the spikes... Like, it almost looks like you're seeing through the black part at certain angles. I don't know. Maybe it's just my eyes. There we go. I've got the rhythm now. I don't know if anything changes. I hope it doesn't. Because Rongo Longo, or whatever his name was, he kind of changed his pattern the further the fight went, but this guy seems to be staying the same. Okay, this is the final... The bar turned red, so presumably they're going to do something different. Ow. Or maybe they're just going to go faster? Okay, that was a fairly basic boss. Question. Is her mommy that giant fish? Well, it is that giant fish, but is that giant fish the king's wife? Basically what I'm asking is Kaorel a princess? And if so, how the heck does that work? Whee! I think I'll use that as the thumbnail. Whee! Well, I'm gonna end this episode here. Sorry if my commentary was a little lackluster. I promise I'll be better next episode. Because I'm waking up. I was just a little tired. I'm sorry, but I feel better now. Because this game is very. It speaks for itself for the most part. I don't have a ton to say, and I feel kind of bad about that. But it's just a really nice game. It's very nice. So, thank you so very much for watching if you did, and I look forward to seeing you next time.